My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law, and today we're going to talk about parenting time, and more specifically, is there ever a reason for a parent to deny the other parent the visitation? In other words, here's the scenario. Something's going on. Mom and dad split up. There's a child. Dad decides doesn't want his kid to go with mom. Does he have a right to do that? Well, the quick answer is no. He didn't have a right to do that. That's not a decision that the parents get to make. If there's a court order that says that on alternating weekends Billy's going to mom, then Dad doesn't have a right to say, you know what, I've changed my mind. It's not his mind to change. The guy who wears the black robe, who's got that hammer, he's the one who makes that decision. That judge makes an order of parenting time, and you better follow his or her order in that regard. And if you want to, figure out, well, I decided the child shouldn't go with mom, the court is not going to put up with that. You try to sit in the chair of the judge. That's a great way to get the court upset at you, to get the court to decide that things are going to lean a different way, because the court looks for compliance with its orders. It's not interested in renegades who decide to go against the court order. So, having said that, I have to tell you that sometimes if there's a real and immediate threat to the health of the child, sometimes you got to take things into your own hands. It's like getting sick. You should always go to a doctor, but sometimes there's enough time, so you got to bandage something up real quick and then go to the hospital. And maybe there's a band-aid with respect to parenting time that has to be established because it's an emergency. That can come up, but the litmus test and the general rule is going to be, if you don't like the parenting time as it exists, you contact your lawyer, have him or her file a motion. Have him file a motion to modify the parenting time, to suspend it, to change it, to do this, to do that. But just taking the law into your own hands and making a decision, I don't want, for there to be parenting time, that is not going to fly. Now, what are the reasons why the court might suspend parenting time? Well, there's a lot of different variations, so it's going to boil down to one thing. Is it no longer in the best interest of the child to have the parenting time? So what does that mean? Well, if it's an infant, maybe there's a repeated violation where somebody's driving the kid around without a car seat. It may be somebody's repeatedly on drugs or alcohol during parenting time, so they can't have it. Maybe they consort with known felons and there was an incident at the house where police were called. Maybe that's a reason to say, hey, wait a minute, this is parenting time. That's got to be under different parameters. So the court has a wide discretion. And there are a lot of different facts that can result in not having the parenting time as planned before, in suspending it or changing the parenting time. So there are circumstances, but it's all going to boil down to one thing. Does it continue to be in the best interest of the child to have the parenting time? In most cases, of course it does. Have to spend time with mom, have to spend time with dad. But if it's done in a way that is dangerous to the child, the court will exercise its ability to limit that exposure. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.